What's up, everyone? My name is Lionel. I'm your host for LT Productions, and you are watching I Watch You Watch. We are covering Belle Collective. This is season 3, episode 23, and this is part 3 of the reunion. I appreciate everyone for coming to my channel. Please like this video. You can also share it. Also, if you are new to this channel, welcome. Go on and subscribe to this channel, and I do say welcome back to all of my subscribers. Also, please leave your comments below. This is going to be short. How I can make of this part of the reunion is like, okay, cool, thank you, but okay. That's my comment about part 3. This time it's about Glenn and Letitia. They get their reel, and we know how that is. I'm not invested in that couple. I just think there's a lot of put on. I really don't understand their relationship, but of course it would be, well, we've been in this relationship for 20 years and you wouldn't be able to understand. And we still don't know if side chicks are winning or not, Letitia. Somehow Glenn, he says that he's out of the DMs and all these women that come and disrespect marriages, they still be coming into the inboxes, but Glenn does not respond at all. Good, you're on your good boy list. Letitia says it's not just apple pie right now, but we're getting to a greater place and all that. And then we find out that Glenn has proposed to Letitia. I'm engaged. You've been married for 20 years. Ma'am, you're not engaged. Y'all just renewing your vows. And then she talks. I think it's just a scheme for season 4. Then there's going to be some ups and downs and challenges. I don't even know if I'm going to get married. Because she already said, I don't know, we may have a dress season 4. I don't know. We get it. We see you. We see you, lady. Whatever. They jump over to Cliff and Glenn's relationship. Their bromance. And still Letitia has problems with it. Willie had some stuff to insert himself about it, which I don't understand. Like, he has a huge issue. I get you may not agree, but you have not even tried to get to know Cliff. And I'm not at all taking up for Cliff because I don't like him. But at the same time, Willie, it looks like you just jumping on the bandwagon of JJ and all this good stuff and whatever. I still don't understand what JJ's problem is with Cliff, because you hung around him all last season and all y'all kept talking about is how he kept banging your wife. And it wasn't in a way of that I don't like you, because y'all were too busy. That's the fakeness, of JJ and Soguchi. Because how did y'all was hanging out, it was cool. But every time y'all get together, we talk about Selena. Just to let y'all know, I didn't even know who Selena was. I didn't even know anything about those dancers. I knew about that show. What is it? Make It, Break It? Whatever that show that was on Lifetime. I knew about it, but I knew nothing about the twins or triplets or whoever were the ones that were dancing. So I'm not a Selena fan. I'm going by what I see on the show now. So it's weird. So they really feel, well, Letitia feels like a Cliff manipulates Glenn. We go back to the time for Soguchi's party, I think birthday party, and they brought the stripper. We know that Cliff called. Cliff didn't do anything to say, oh, you better go check your wife, blah, 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 blah. He just said, no, there's a stripper, blah, 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 blah. It wasn't even in the way of how it was portrayed on TV and how these ladies were spinning it. So Letitia was getting on on Cliff, but Glenn spiraled out of control on his own and called and snapped. And both Cliff and Glenn confirmed that. Then they talk about the part of when, because it wouldn't have made sense if Cliff was trying to encourage you about, is this a real penis or not a real penis or not, to go touch it and all that, and then trying to stir up all, he technically didn't. Although nobody knew that Glenn was going to snap about the whole situation. But you knew, Letitia. But for some reason, it's Cliff's fault. Then you start crying that I don't believe. Yeah, because it set us back. At the beginning of the season, you were Julia Roberts running away like sleeping with the enemy. The only thing you did not do is fake your death and claim a new identity. Cliff set y'all back. Cliff. Cliff. Okay, whatever. 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 They talk about the whole situation where he came to the house that we believe is fake. I mean, he came up mic'd up. If possibly he didn't come mic'd up, it would be a totally different issue. Cliff did not come mic'd up when he went to the M bar. So obviously he was on the call queue. That's why we were saying it's fake. Carlos said it wasn't fake either. We don't know. And then they said we must know it wasn't fake if if Marie jumped up. And Marie said, "Oh, I jumped up, and then when I got to the kitchen, I said, wait a minute, I'm Marie. Let me get back out there. Why are you here?" Ma'am, either y'all are thugs or are you not. So Marie says that Glenn is trying. He's doing a good job, but just on camera, you said this is the same dog, and we're just waiting for Letitia to leave him. Y'all are too fake. Y'all are too fake. Whatever. So Akeisha, we get on her package a little bit, concerning life, and she's getting her health together. And she says, a lot of Twitter people just think that, are you really a Queen of Jackson if you live in New Jersey and you can't really get Ferris Street started and all that? She said, there's nothing that I have to defend or explain to anybody online about what's going on, because nobody's in the boardroom when we're trying to get all this stuff established. This is not an easy task. Again, Akeisha has a whole lot more. Really, what was going on? Letitia just had a drink. That's all she had. Akeisha had a plan, goals, and has been fighting for real. She didn't have no capital. Letitia did. She didn't. Of course, she was trying to get people to invest, but even trying to get people, you didn't have no strategy, nothing going on. And Marie and Kaylin helped ruin that for y'all, because all the communication stopped. Then we move on to Soguchi, JJ. They talk about the whole Selena thing. You know what is interesting? They didn't even talk about the mama. That storyline was made up. It was nonsense. I mean, there's not much there anyways, but y'all made up a story. They didn't even talk about it during the reunion. So anyways, they get on this whole Selena thing. She still feels like the tree set them up. If y'all claim that there's never been this animosity or whatever, and it just happened, why would it just happen? Because Latrice invited her. And then she said, well, I looked at season 1 and season 2. I never seen her, Selena invited, and then all of a sudden she's invited to all this stuff. But if, as you heifers keep saying, oh, we've had no animosity, did we? We just don't speak to each other. There has to be a reason why y'all guys don't speak to each other. I'm like, I'm half invested, but I'm not invested because we're not getting the whole story. And I don't think that you all are telling us the truth as to what has happened between the relationship of Selena and Soguchi. Because it's fractured. Nobody's saying you got to be besties. You don't have to be. But nobody just spirals out of control and just ready to fight. Selena said that there's been a buildup of things. The children say that you disrespect their mom. Dee didn't have a good relationship with JJ. There's been this between y'all for a very long time. And I'm just like, okay, I want to be invested, but until we get the truth, and of course Selena was not invited to the reunion because charges were pressed. Selena can't even defend herself. They play the clip of certain things, nothing is right. So Gucci took no accountability for nothing, and she acts like, I apologize to the girls. You're apologizing to the girls to try to appease JJ. What is apologizing if you're not taking accountability? Tamara said that she spoke with Selena, and she said, this part you were wrong in the whole situation. So you mean to tell me that that nobody is telling Soguchi that she's wrong? But nobody was really there. But Selena, even by her friend, was saying, in this part you were wrong. And people were saying, well, nobody had the right to deserve to be hit. Of course not. Selena felt like she was going to get you before you got her. But you don't want to cop up to that. I don't get that. I don't understand what's up, but this whole triangle stuff, you're lying. So two of uh, the children, Sky and Sanjay, I think, they came out. Look, they're just not really having it. It's been this consistent thing, how they feel that, so Gucci stands in the way of them having a relationship with their dad. And all this good stuff. There was all this back and forth, and Carlos just made the executive decision. We're going to cut it because there's too much. Nobody can really resolve this in 10 minutes that you have on this reunion. And he said to the girls, you know, you only have your parents. I already lost one parent, and there's no sense in carrying all this animosity with the chances you could lose one of your parents at any given time. Akeisha was over there. She was tearing up because she said, that's what I wanted to say. Like, let the petty stuff go. So they went backstage and they talked. They still feel, they all are headstrong. And they feel that they all feel the way that they feel. That's the basis of everything. What does Letitia have going on? She's on the second leg of her brunch tour. She's doing some things with Glenn and some couple things, whatever that's going to be. And that's that on that. She said that she wasn't going to mention it right now. Who is next on it? So Gucci said that her and JJ are investing into some land properties overseas. She said something else. She did say something else, and I forgot. Marie just looking to expand her health thing and going to retire next year. So when she goes to these offices, there's no reason to go in there because she's not doing anything. She signs checks. That's what she says. So Gucci did say something else. And even though I'm irritated with her, I don't want to act like I'm shading you. I forgot everything that you did say. Akeisha, still working on Fair Street. However, since she's getting her health together, they're opening up a vegan restaurant. And also she's coming up with a energy drink for moms over 40 to just be able to have energy, especially if you are a new mother late in age. They're rebranding the Willie and Akeisha Foundation. Tamara says that she's just so happy being a mother. It's changed her life. She took 2 months off, which she's never done before. She's back at work. She's having a podcast and doing a lot more celebrity commentary across different networks. Latrice said that the Goddess Link should be open, and also they are venturing out into the restaurant field. That was it. You know, not much to talk about. The folks, I'm just not invested in because there's not much meat there, unfortunately. You know, again, I don't think that this was their best season, possibly because the episodes increased. A lot of time was spent repeating the same lines over and over. No resolve, nothing. It was kind of, if they had stuff to fill in instead of just repeating the same thing, which was basically Latrice. Latrice was still the main focal point this whole reunion. Part 3 still had her involved. So this is Latrice's show. And yes, I do like her. That's one of my faves, but it is. So for the ones that are saying that are not clocking in, how come y'all's stories were just a good 5 minutes, 2 to 5 minutes, if that? Anyways, that's all I do have. Please leave your comments below. Like and share this video. And also, subscribe to my channel. I do want Belle Collective to get a new opening. Kingdom Reign and Own, let's make it happen because we've been seeing the same opening for the last 2 years and they deserve something else. But until the next video, until next season of Belle Collective, peace.